Come on. Come on. Come on. Jesus. Good evening everybody, welcome back to the channel after a 2-week break. So this episode is going to be a fairly long one, actually, one of the longest ones in quite some time, because there's a few things I need to cover in this one. So the first thing is, you might recall in the last one I was going to sort out the regulator and the fittings. So took this thing apart and ordered a fuel pressure regulator housing from Thurston Engineering. I had one of these previously on the 16 valve converted XS, because obviously I was moving on from the standard fuel injection plenum onto the AT power direct head throttle bodies. So I needed an alternative fuel pressure regulator housing to locate it remotely, and this is what I went for the first time round. But this time round I bought some fittings, some AN6, I think they're M12 by 1.5 mil thread pitch, which will fit in with the existing fittings in there. So basically what I had to do was I had to buy an additional elbow to go from this bit, because obviously the other pressure regulator slightly different configurement. I didn't want to really mess around reconfiguring the pipes, because as you might recall, putting these on was an absolute ball ache, even though I like the pipes, they're nice and easy to clean. But yeah, I wasn't going to do that again unless I had to. So I bought a 90-degree elbow, and let me just get the camera somewhere. Let me just put that there. Will that work? Let's have a look. Can you see that? Right. Okay. So yeah, that should be right. Okay. So so basically, fuel comes in from the fuel tank via the pump. There's an arrow on the housing which tells you which way it's flowing. So I did obviously 90-degree elbow on this bit here, and of course the pipe will be coming in from the throttle bodies into here. So it's worked out pretty nicely, although I haven't yet fabricated a bracket for this, but I will do at some point. So it should fit quite nicely in there. I've had a kind of go at roughly mocking up where they'll be on the engine. Oh, excuse me. When they're in situ, the throttle bodies are in situ, so it should be okay. It should be good. It's a little bit tinier than the Malpassi as well, to be honest, I think. You might be asking, which fuel pressure regulator did I use? Well, I went for a 306 GTI 6 3-bar regulator, because the Malpassi that I had was dialed in at 3 bar. I tried it at 2.5, and at the higher rev ranges it wasn't delivering enough fuel. So the Bosch part number, whether you can see it there or not, I'm not sure, but it's 0280 160 560. And it's fitted. You just lightly smear the seals on the fuel pressure regulator in with oil, push it in, and then it's locked in situ with a circlip, and that's pretty much it. And then obviously it's got the arrow, hopefully you can see that, I think you should be able to give you the flow, the flow path. So that's done, dusted. I stripped this down, couldn't see any evidence of anything breaking up inside, but the fuel injector was okay, so it had to be something to do with that, because there's nothing else in the system. Everything else seemed to work okay, the pump, and all the rest of it. So that's that done and dusted. I've been busy getting stuff organised, buying gas. I'd had the gaskets and stuff before, so I bought everything out now. Obviously you've seen the gearbox, that's done, dusted, ready to go. The top engine mount, the rear engine mount, I'm going to reuse the PTFE inlet gasket. It should be okay, I think. So I can reuse that one. I actually also got the donut gasket for this bit here, so that's good. The first one I bought was too big. Don't know what it was off, some Peugeot or Citroen. No, doesn't matter. It's no good. It's already been slung out. So that's been sorted out. All the bits, the camshaft spray bar, they've been in the bags from the very beginning. So there's no chance of any kind of contamination there. What I might do is just put a little bit of air pressure down them, just to make sure everything's clean, nothing's blocked. Cam covers, the rear cam cover is obviously on the engine. That's currently with mine post-stroke memory blank, Thurston Engineering, with Baz on his team, and on that front I have a little bit of news. Speaking to Baz on a few occasions last week, and it's now been arranged for the engine to be collected and brought back here on Wednesday. So we're on Monday the 11th of August, so this week is the week that the Mi16 will be coming back home. And I can't wait. I actually really can't wait to see it. It looks really, really good. The guys down in Thurston have just done the most amazing job with the engine. It's just, yeah, I can't wait to get it back and start putting some bits back on it, and get it in the car. It's going to take a little bit longer than I first thought, because I'm kind of halfway through sorting out three of the rooms in the house. I've almost finished doing stuff in the living room. I've got the kitchen and another room to do, so I'm going to be kind of trying balancing it all, getting a few bits in here and there. I'm going to try and obviously get some bits done every week, as much as possible. Failing that, I'll be keeping you up to speed with it. But yeah, Baz and the team have done a thoroughly good job on the engine. New oil pump, new water pump, new everything really. Obviously the cylinder head was done some time ago. So it'll be new liners, piston rings, main bearings, big end bearings. The small ends have been checked. Pistons have been gapped and checked. It's just going to be almost a brand new engine. So yeah, then with that comes the territory of running it in. So I've gone bought a couple of the oils that Baz in Thurston has recommended for me to help me run it in. I'd previously bought a couple of oil filters for it, because of course I use the shallow type because I've got the water cooled oil cooler, the front mounted on the engine. So I've gone for that. I think it's a Renault Megane or something similar. It's the Napa part number for it is NF 03054. If anybody wants one, you'll see it in due course when I fit it onto the engine. So I bought one to do the initial 50 mile run part of the run in. There'll be quite a lot of crap in that, I'd imagine, so I'm going to do that, drop the oil after 50 miles, I think we agreed. I've got it all written down. Drop the oil, change the filter, put a new filter in, and the next round of running in oil on there. And oh my god, I thought I had it written down here to tell you, but all will be revealed in the fullness of the process of getting it in the car and run in as we go along. So just hugely exciting week for the project coming up. The car's ready. The car's ready to receive it. It's ready to go, really. Ready to go in. So I need to jack the car up and get it all prepped and readied up. So to start getting things fitted. So a couple of jobs I've got really at the minute ongoing. The first of which I've been looking at the air stacks, ram pipes, whatever velocity stacks, whatever people call them. I tend to call them ram pipes. So you'll notice that these are a Weber Delorto, or whatever type of DCOE that you know about, but these are DCOE ones, and indeed they're used on the January Heritage series. So one of the things I've been looking at is buying a set of, and I was going to do it. These are only ever going to be temporarily fitted, but I forgot because it's all going so well, to be honest. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, I'm going to buy a set of throttle body ones. So they're going to be obviously 45mm choke, and they're going to be obviously tapered out. They'll have bigger mouths, bell mouths, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just got a bit of a quandary regarding the length of it. So what I've done today is I've fitted, you can see in there, I've fitted a ram pipe in there just to see how much of a gap I got between the inside of the air filter and the outer edge of the ram pipe, or the outer face of the ram pipe. So having a rough idea of measurement, I think I've got about 15mm, just a little bit more possibly, in between that and that. I don't know whether you can see that properly, but there is a decent healthy gap in there. So I'm thinking, after having measured them, they are 50mm, actually 45-inch mil diameter, and they're 50mm in length in total. So I'm considering, would it be more advantageous if I fitted 40mm stacks in there to give me more space around the air filter, to draw the air in? Is it currently restrictive? Any comments, whoever, somebody who can help or advise, would be hugely appreciated. I don't want to pull the pin, buy a set of 50mm ones, which were pretty hard to find. They're either 40 or 60. The only 50mm ones I could find were Danced Motorsport. They looked all right, but my temptation is to put 40mm ones, genuine ones on, and go from there. I'm not sure. Any advice, as I said, would be massively appreciated. So that is that other part. That is one other section parked off, and you're probably looking at the bench earlier thinking, what the hell is this? So this is a a girls, child's hair scrunchie. Now, I was on holiday quite recently up in Yorkshire, in the Dales, one of our favourite parts of the world. Absolutely love it up there. And we were walking along the village, in a village called Hawes. Gorgeous little place. We really, really love it there. And I was walking along, and as you all know, or you might or might not know, it's a really, really popular place with motorcyclists. So I was walking along, gorgeous, warm, sunny day, and I was looking at all these bikes. And what I noticed was each bike had obviously brake reservoir at the front fairings on them, and they had what was like an armband type thing on there, which I've researched and since found they're called reservoir socks. And I thought, hold on a minute, I keep having issues, as do does every other 205 GTI driver with a servo and normal setup in there, constantly weeping, especially when it's been a bit warm, and fucking ruining the paintwork. As you know, recently I've had to repaint that, which caused great difficulty because it kept fucking crinkling and reacting. So I thought, what could I find to help me soak up that fluid, and it's relatively inexpensive? And here's your answer: eBay. And I got a pack of 4 of them. My Top Trends. So I got a pack of 4 of these for £1.65, I think they were. So I'm going to put the camera on a tripod, and I'm going to see how it goes and try fitting this. And if it fits like I think it might do, then it's certainly going to help slow down the amount of brake fluid that goes down the master cylinder and the servo. Right, welcome back everybody. Hopefully you can see the base of the master cylinder and the reservoir. Yeah, see, this is already damp. Oh no, it's old stuff. Oh, it's dry. All right, okay. So what I'm going to do is remove the 2 connectors from the loom. Bring that out of the way. So I'm gonna, this stretches quite a lot. I don't know why I bought red. I don't know. Should have gone with something a bit darker, I guess, but never mind. So I'm gonna fit this over the back of the reservoir. I should start on the front. Let's start on the front, see how it goes. Right, okay. That's over there. Over there. We'll push that down. Push this round there. Bring that down there. Oh, look at the dust on there. Light keeps flickering. Right, okay. And do you know what? Well, actually, that looks like it might do the job, because obviously it runs slightly rearward, and when I need to take this off, I can just snip it with the pliers when it gets a bit with scissors when it gets a little bit damp. But I think that will help stem the flow of brake fluid into and around the servo. At least that's the aim. But looks like it's leaked recently, but it hasn't though. It's dry. So yeah. So that is the switch the torch off. So that is one of the ideas I had recently. Is a bit of a brainwave, as supplied by the guys on the motorbikes. But we'll see how that one goes. Just going to close the bonnet. So that's it for this part. Split into 2 parts, this one. We covered up all the bits, induction, fuel pressure, and try and get keep the servo from getting shitty with brake fluid, and all the bits that are ready to go. So the next part will be me filming the engine turning up, unloading it, getting it in the garage, getting the hoist out, unloading it from the van, and getting it on the build stool again. I might not bother actually, because I'll need to fit the gearbox and the clutch, but we'll see. So I'll catch you in the next bit. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's the day that the engine's arriving. I can't tell you how excited I am to get this, to get it back home. Just really excited, and just at this point, just want to offer a huge thanks to Baz and his team for getting the engine turned around and you know, getting it ready to send on home. But it's been a really good process, really good experience with Baz. He's a very busy guy, but yeah, all updates, you know, all information requested has just been, you know, sent back to me, no issues. Really good experience, and if you ever need any engine work doing, then Thurston Engineering is the place to send it to. It's just a shame that it's not a bit closer actually, otherwise I'd love to pop over there, but it being, you know, 6 hours 20 minutes ish from here, it's a bit of a drive to pop and see somebody to say thank you. But yeah, it's been tremendous. It's been really good, and really quite excited to get it back in the car. But as you can see, the 205 is outside in the sun with the cover on, protecting it from any bird shit that might hit it, because the last 2 times I bought it out and birds have crapped on the roof and on the bonnet, so I'm keen to avoid that today. It needs a bit of a quick wipe over and some detail wax, but it's still looking pretty fine actually. But yeah, engine stand out, engine hoist is out from its normal position, so just waiting for the man, Ted, to deliver the engine. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody, and so Ted's been and gone, and there we go. One nice shiny Mi16 returned from Thurston Engineering. So yeah, mostly fully packaged. I've just stripped the some of the packaging off, and just, well, yeah, lovely, absolutely lovely, absolutely mint, isn't it? No paint, just a nice, good, thorough clean, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, it looks the dog's bollocks, doesn't it? Really does look the dog's bollocks. So chuffed. Absolutely made up. So the plan is, for the remainder of this episode, is to transfer the engine to the hoist and place it in the engine stand, and that is pretty much it for this episode. But let's get it transferred. Catch you. Right then, so Just moved a couple of boxes. There's a brown cardboard box. Wasn't quite sure what was in it, but a lovely shiny Thurston Engineering mug. So thanks for that, Baz. Much appreciated. I'll have a good few brews with that. Yeah, brilliant little touch. Thanks very much. Happy days. Just before I transfer the engine across to the hoist and then the stand, I just wanted to thank, send some thanks to Ted for doing the job for me. He's just, as per usual, bang on, spot on, true to his word, reliable, really reliable, and really quick as well. So absolutely made up to get the engine back. So what I'm going to do is I'll put you on a time lapse, because I don't want to bore you with that detail, because you've seen me do this once or twice before, haven't you? So so I'm gonna get you on the tripod. I'm going to put the engine onto the hoist, and these two lifting eyes that I've modified the first time round. Get it up on the hoist and whack it on the build stand. So see you in a bit. Right then, so that's the engine transferred and moved out of the way so I can get the car back in. I'm just going to remove carefully, so I don't drop anything in the exhaust ports, inlet ports, the two lift brackets. So I can get these out of the way. Right. So look, right, okay, so all the three bits removed. So what I'm going to do next, just to wrap this episode up, take the cam cover off in a minute. I'm going to put the spray bar back on, put the cam cover back in, and put a cover over the engine. So yeah, that'll tie it, finish off this episode. And it's an episode that I've dreamt for a long time to actually record, and the sun is shining, And here I am, engine back home, about to start putting it back together. So I'm just going to put that on the floor for a minute. I'm just going to take this spray bar out. Not to put a strain on anything. Right, just that little bit's come off in the bag. And get out. Right, there go those 2 bags. Put this back on carefully onto there. And try and remember which way it goes back on. Actually, I think I need to, yeah, it's this way, because you've got the feed in there. So that there, that's too small, so yeah, it's got to be this way. Now come to think of it, it is this bend to cam case. Okay, so let's put it back in place. Just grab the cloth. And that is it, back in place. So let's whack the cam cover back over it. So that'll do for now. Obviously this one isn't tight because I need a longer bolt on that one. This central one is part of the bolts that hold the cam cover down. There's obviously threads into the head, and there's then got a female portion that this goes into. But I've decided to go 5mm longer on these because they're not quite long enough. This one tightens down, but only just a slight nip. I don't want to risk damaging the threads with this being magnesium, but I'll get those sorted. I'll load those this evening, but certainly for now it's not bad at all. Just so glad to get it back so I can actually get to work on it again. That's all the big noise that. But just taking the tape off away from the exhaust ports and the valves there. Lovely and shiny. The level at which they've cleaned this engine, it's like, wow, it's just blown me away really. Let me just just transfer the away from the tripod into this so I can just, let me just get a torch, lights even. Right, let's have a look. On the shaky camera. And just have a look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely. It's just so clean. Look at that. And again, the cylinder head and stuff is just wow. So during the time lapse, you might have seen me take the engine off the stand again, and the reason for that was I had spacers and all sorts of stuff going on, because when I first put this back on here, I had the flywheel on, so I don't need that space anymore, and it won't be going back on this stand with a flywheel anyway. So the next time I remove the engine from this will be to fit the flywheel back on, get that fitted back on, torque it down, and then fit the clutch kit and the gearbox. So yeah, can't wait to get cracking. However, I'm balancing this with several other things that's going on at the minute, predominantly house stuff. It's just absolutely buzzing to have this back home, and just can't stop admiring it, really. Can't stop admiring it, and how clean it is. Amazing. So next episode, thermostat housing, I'll be putting that back on, oil pressure and temperature switches, front engine mount, rear engine mount, a new oil filter with the adapter and stuff, putting that back on, the rear engine mount and the water manifold, and of course the timing belt covers, put those back on, and it won't be looking too bad then, will it, really? Yeah, really getting there, really getting there with it. We just want to do it all now. But I won't. I'll do it in nice, straightforward steps and stuff. But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm absolutely made up. And on that note, I will end this video here. Thanks as ever for sticking by the channel. Things will considerably liven up now that I've got this and plenty to do. Thanks to everybody who's recently subscribed. It's every single subscription means a lot to me. And right, that's it. That is it. I'm going to stop harping on about it, and just thank you, everybody. I'll catch up with you next week. Stay safe, look after yourselves, take it easy.